Well, I'm ready to go to work. What do you want me to do?
You'll be doing odd jobs for us around the ranch and the lab here.
And if you want to make a little extra money, you can help us with some of our experiments in the lab.
Experiments? What kind of experiments?
We are testing the chemical caponization of poultry, but we need a human to eat the meat to see if there are any side effects.
You want me to be a guinea pig?
That's trash.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of That's Cool, That's Trash, the show where we watch a psychotronic movie online, then get together on Skype to break down the crazy. I am Matt Howell.
I'm Kyle.
And I'm Scott.
And we're here doing a very special Thanksgiving episode. We're watching the 1971 classic film, right, Scott? Blood Freak.
Yeah.
And this is one of my favorite movies, bad movies. I watch it every Thanksgiving, and now that we're doing this show, I thought I'd fold in some friends and share it with them. So, what do you guys think?
This is the best Thanksgiving movie I've ever seen.
Oh, I'll give it that. Sure. I'll give it that. It's the best Thanksgiving movie I've ever seen.
Okay. I'll accept that as praise.
So this movie is basically about a drifter who gets seduced by a young Christian woman. He is turned on to drugs by that woman's sister. He becomes a drug addict. He gets a job at a poultry farm. He turns into a turkey, and he goes on a killing spree. Does that about cover it, you guys?
I think it covers it perfectly.
That's the movie I saw.
That's what I watched.
Although I don't know if you could say he was seduced by the Christian lady. I'd say that he was taken in by her and then seduced by her wicked sister.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's.
So first of all, we need to talk a little bit about Herschel. That is the drifter. He's a strapping man,
Very.
big burly guy. He looks like Elvis meets Wolverine meets Glenn Danzig or something.
Yeah,
I said Tom Jones in there too, but yeah, that covers it pretty well.
Yeah.
To me, there was a hint of Eric Estrada in there.
Is that it's not just a motorcycle?
It might be.
Oh, totally. I get that. I see it.
So I forget why did he pull over in the beginning and to help Angel out? The Christian.
It was
I
a
think
real
because it was
kind
in
of
the script.
What's my motivation? It's in the script.
I don't know if there was any.
It was a real kind of a Ted Bundy scenario. Like they were driving down the road and some glances were exchanged, and next thing you know, they've pulled over to the side of the road together.
Oh, maybe it was a seduction for Jesus.
That was where I met my first victim.
Yeah.
I loved the opening to this, by the way. It had that really cool, grainy 16 millimeter, lots of jump cuts and out of focus.
It was all intentional, I'm sure.
Feel.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. It was brilliant.
Yeah. So, Angel offers to bring Herschel to her sister's house, or where is this drug den?
I'm not sure.
Okay. So anyway, that's where when she shows up, she's warning Herschel, hey, just so you know, my sister has some pretty interesting friends. Can you play that clip?
Yeah.
This place is like a madhouse. Some of my sister's friends are pretty far out.
You sound as if you don't approve of them.
Oh, no, it's not that. It's just that a lot of them are heavy into the drug scene.
You mean they smoke pot?
That, too. But I was referring to things worse than pot.
I never tried.
I'm glad you haven't. I'd appreciate it if you don't while you're here.
Whatever you say.
I just realized that there's no reason for her to take him there.
Nope.
She's a good Christian girl who does not approve. Well, it's not that I don't approve, but I don't approve.
Come over to my sister's Boogie Nights house and please don't do anything I would disapprove of.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
strange. So we get to see some of these out there friends, and as we mentioned, I mentioned these guys. It's quite an odd group.
Yeah.
Right? There's some young people there with some long hair and some mustaches, and there's also some people that look like they're going to bunco.
Yeah.
They're sitting around and they're passing something around that they're putting in their nose. Kyle, you said he thought it might be Rush.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I'm no drug expert, but
the interesting thing is the young people act together. They're in the written dialogue scenes, and then there's it's not stock footage. It looks like it was filmed at the same time, but then it looks like it's like a real party because it's much more realistic. Mm-hmm. And it's like I walked in like I was a kid, and I walked in, in 1978, into my parents' den, and they were having the school faculty over for a key party. That's what it felt like. It felt very realistic to me. It was really natural. They were really seemed to be having a party there.
Yeah. And it's just background kind of murmuring, and people just out of sync, just kind of drinking and sitting around talking and laughing, and
being
and it's very clear.
Old people, not that creepy actually.
It's also very clear that Herschel's the new guy, and everybody's talking about Herschel, and he gets hit on a couple of times, and this is where he actually meets the sister Anne. And if I'm remembering correctly, Anne kind of throws herself at him, and he's not really interested. He's still kind of hung up on Angel instead of Anne.
And the Bible.
And the Bible. That's right. They're having some open Bible conversations, aren't they?
Yeah, Anne's literally on his shoulders and playing with his hair while he's talking to Angel about the Bible, and he's kind of just swatting away at her like she's a fly. Hey, not now. I want to talk about the Bible some more.
Yeah, it's this weird turn on.
Mm-hmm. So she has decided that she does not like that. She is incensed. So she goes to Anne. Sorry. So she goes to resident scumbag Guy, who's the local dealer of dope, and asks him for some stuff to really screw up Herschel. So he offers her some. I think it's marijuana with I don't know what on it.
Does he smoke it? Is that it?
Does who?
Herschel, the drug that he gives Anne. What is they don't name the drug.
No, she just says, I think can you lace some pot with this stuff. It's very vague. So he gives her some stuff. Meanwhile, Angel said, hey, you should come meet my dad. And there's some job opportunities. I think we have a clip of that as well.
Herschel, I find your thinking interesting. I wish we had time to cover it more thoroughly. What are your plans and problems? The Lord's on our side,
Yeah, how about asking the Lord for a job?
That's easy. I could use a husky man like you out at my poultry ranch, if you can wait till next week.
Yeah, that's not how the term husky is used.
No.
This guy's ripped. I was husky.
Husky has its privileges.
Husky has its privileges. No, it doesn't actually. It has big pants. That's about it. They give you mom butt too. Husky. Damn it. Now, are we glossing over one of the crucial elements of this movie, which is the narrator?
Oh, my goodness! That's right. We have
which happens right around this point, was where we first see the unnecessary narrator.
I'm so glad that you mentioned him. So there is a narrator who kind of plays the Greek chorus or whatever of what's going on. He's in a different room, maybe a different dimension, but he's in a gross 70s wood panel room, and we can talk about his appearance, but to me he looks like a greasy Florida swamp rat version of Vincent Price.
Yeah, exactly.
And he chain smokes the entire time, and he's basically reading his copy off his desk, even though he's pretending like he's not.
One thing I did notice upon watching him again is I think he either is or was the inspiration for the narration for the Dukes of Hazzard. Well, them good old boys. He listened to it. It is crazy. It sounds like that's what he's narrating in an episode of the Dukes of Hazzard. It was too familiar, and I finally figured it out.
You're out of your tree.
Am I out of my tree?
Yes.
Am I in your tree now?
No, definitely not in my tree. So a little bit of a little fun fact for you guys. This film was directed by The guy that plays Herschel, Steve Hawkes, which is not his real name, it's his Americanized name, and it's also written and directed by Brad F. Grinter. Now, Brad F. Grinter is the narrator. So that guy that, that's chain
He's
smoking.
also the janitor.
And Best Boy and Grip and everything else. So, yeah, so we forgot about that. And there's a clip here, I think, when after the party scene, we get to hear the narrator do his thing a little bit.
It's strange how many people will argue interpretations of the Bible. Herschel has much to be grateful for. He's strong, he's handsome, and he enjoys being attractive to the opposite sex. And he feels that when he comments, that his words deserve the consideration of these Bible students, these seekers of the truth. And as he plays his game of wits and ego, his comments could be what caused the chain of events and the moments of horror and agony that were far greater than his experiences in the hell of Vietnam.
Okay, I want to say, though, if you throw a banjo behind that and you have him say, and Cooter and Boss Hogg will never learn their lesson.
You are crazy. But I love how this is, we've experienced this in some of our other films. There's this element to psychotronic movies where there's the mad scientist talking or explaining the science, or anyone, like there's any kind of monologue that's just gibberish. Like, does anything he's saying make any sense to you guys?
No, he's trying to bring this element of mysticism and philosophy and religion. I mean, his intro to this whole picture is about a catalyst, and I assumed he was talking about Angel, but he could have been talking about Herschel. Could have been talking about anything. It made no fucking sense whatsoever.
I think, being he's the writer director, I think he was like, when he's like, there's going to be a point where I'm going to need to do some philosophizing, and, some moralizing, and some intellectualizing of this movies. I don't know. I just feel like he just decided, but without having any real grasp of what the hell he was going to talk about.
Okay.
Like, I think this is what I filmed.
They might be separate things just cut together. I don't know. So at this point, not only has Herschel been given a job offer, if he can hang around for a little bit until next week at the poultry farm, he's also just hanging out at the house. He's allowed to stay there for a while. Unfortunately, Anne, Angel's sinful sister, lives there. And while Herschel's helping her in the house one day by the pool, she starts to roll a joint and quickly bullies him in by calling him a coward or saying you're too chicken to try this, to smoking it. So they smoke, and I think we have a little audio from that too. We jump.
Hold on, I want to say something about what they're smoking, the mystery drug.
Sure.
I checked it out online, checked out on the internet, and this is also the origin of bath salt.
That's where they came from.
Makes sense.
It actually does make a lot of sense.
So they immediately jump cut from them smoking that joint to going in the house and Anne, seducing him. And so they have the sex. Then the next morning he wakes up and he says, "Hey, I'm late for my first day of work. Why didn't you set an alarm?" And he splits, and we get to hear some funky, cool music while he's driving to the poultry farm.
I love this music.
So do I.
It's great.
It is worth noting that that this music was written and directed and developed by the same guy who did the editing for the film. So this really is it's a family production.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
not. Yeah, he's a Renaissance
There was
guy.
editing.
Yeah, some of it was outside of the camera.
You just blew my mind.
Yeah. So Anne and Angel's father introduce Herschel to the scientists. He's kind of just, checking out the ranch. They say, hey, you'll just be a hand, ranch hand for a while until we figure out what role you fit specifically into. And he leaves him with the scientists and say, tell him what to do. And the scientists have an offer for him as well. I don't recall. Do we have audio for that one, Kyle?
We do.
Okay.
Well, I'm ready to go to work. What do you want me to do?
You'll be doing odd jobs for us around the ranch and the lab here.
And if you want to make a little extra money, you can help us with some of our experiments in the lab.
Experiments? What kind of experiments?
We are testing the chemical caponization of poultry, but we need a human to eat the meat to see if there are any side effects.
You want me to be a guinea pig?
That's where his that last line there. That's where his accent comes out a little bit. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but the guy that goes by the name Steve Hawkes in this, co-writer, co-director, was born in Croatia. He moved to Canada, and I believe he was a weightlifter, and then he started doing some film work. He was in a couple Tarzan movies that were kind of unofficial and below the radar. One was like Tarzan and the Golden Grotto, and I think the second one, and around this same time, was Tarzan and the Brown Prince, I think is what it's called. And on the set of that film was where he was tied up for a stunt, and there had been a lion trained to free him. And while they were shooting that scene, a fire broke out, and quickly a fuel canister, I believe, tipped over and caught fire. And the lion actually went through with its training and freed him for real. And but it wasn't before he was burned extensively. I believe 90% of his body was burned. So when you're watching, you can see his hands and his arms have a lot of appear like skin grafts. So so he and just one quick little side note about that, he was so grateful for having his life saved that he went to Florida, or stayed in Florida. That's where this was filmed, and created a giant cat preserve, a big cat preserve, whatever they call them. So he ran that for a long time, and I don't think that he actually had all the proper paperwork and stuff. So I think he just had a bunch of land and a bunch of big cats in it, and one of them in 2010 escaped and was running around, so they had to shoot it, and then he was arrested for not having the proper licensing and stuff to keep wild game.
Wow! So not only can you blame a death on a lion, you can also blame this movie on a lion.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't think the lion killed anybody, though. I think the lion was just out running around, and they had to put it down.
Yeah.
He's an honorable guy.
He seems all right. I got a question.
Yeah.
Do we get names for the doctors?
Stan and Laurel.
See, I
don't know.
I'll tell you. I think that they need their own show, and it should be the Donkey and the Caveman.
What do you mean by that, Scott?
So
I don't know. It just seems like that's like that was supposed to be the name of the show, like Dr. Donkey and Dr. Caveman.
Yeah, so one's bald.
Turkey scientists.
One's bald with horn-rimmed glasses and a beard. He looks like Mike Love from the Beach Boys. And
he's the donkey.
The other one is a big, rotund guy. And I love that he, in most of the scenes he's in, and he looks nervously, furtively, like to the director or someone else. Kyle, did you notice this?
Oh, yes.
Where his eyes are just kind of footing around, like, are we doing this? Are we rolling? What's going on?
That's the caveman.
Okay.
No, don't you want to watch that show?
I do now.
I would.
I would love to watch the show. Their acting is awesome.
I read online that Brad Grinter, the co-producer and co-director of this film, runs an acting school, and a lot of his prize students were included in this movie.
Oh, you can see it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all over the place. And just the fact that you had actually connected for me that Brad was the was sort of our smoking narrator, our spirit guide through this movie, so to speak. The fact that he can't even memorize his own lines, and yet he runs this acting school, made me really, really happy.
There is a lot of written down dialogue, not even cue cards in this movie.
Yeah, just read it. Here you go. Here's your script.
Here you go. you read this out loud and look at the camera occasionally?
So this actually leads into one of my favorite parts in this movie. There's a quick montage of Herschel kind of walking around the turkey farm doing some of his odd jobs, and we're going to get to hear a little sound clip of this. But we also get to see.
Would you call it a quick montage? I don't remember it being quick.
You know what? I appreciate you calling me out there, because there was nothing quick about it. It was actually incredibly detailed and probably just as boring as the job itself. But we do get to see him gently tossing eggs in the air and catching them and putting eggs inside of a basket, and lots of low-angled shots of him walking around the farm in front of the camera. Oh, it's perfect.
Did we? I think we missed something, guys. I'm trying to think somewhere. Maybe we're not missing it. At some point, we have to address the fact that he goes through withdrawals. I think that maybe he's actually worked at the ranch a couple days before he does the guinea pig experiments.
Oh.
Because the montage is before the guinea pig experiment.
Yes. And at some point, we have to see him where he's got the sweats and he's cramping up, and he tells Anne she needs to contact Guy and get more of that stuff. And Anne feels bad that he's hooked now. But that happens.
Yeah, because that's got to be. Because I'm trying to think in the order of things.
It's before the experiment.
Right, but he's not going through withdrawals when he has his beautiful montage.
No,
you're right.
That's what made me think.
He must be kind of high and have his drugs going right then.
That's what made me realize we missed it. Was he's having such a great time just loving life and eggs, and then like, wait a minute, he's also a junkie.
Did he get the job before he became a junkie?
Yes, he got the job the first night, but it didn't start. His father said it doesn't start until the following Monday.
So 1 week to party.
I think maybe the montage was actually out of order, and that's why it doesn't make sense.
I think you're right.
He should be like in a bad mood in a bad place at this point when you have the montage. But we need to hear about the montage. So, if you're listening out there, you can imagine it's wherever you want to put it in the movie.
Okay. Yeah, maybe even after this, after his first day of work, is when he starts to go through withdrawals and approaches Anne about more. So, it doesn't matter.
But it's a good point, because we have to understand just how much pain he is in, how much he needs these drugs, to the point where he shakes down the dealer and threatens him, because you got me hooked, now you are going to supply me for free.
That's right.
Or I am going to kill you. Yeah. And he nearly chokes him out in Anne's living room until he gets his sweet taste, which mellows him out again.
That guy.
But first we need. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say the guy that plays Guy, the drug dealer. He's an especially sleazy early '70s dude.
One of my favorites in this movie.
Like he might be Donald Fagen. Like he might be in Steely Dan. I don't know.
Or the guy who supplied Steely Dan.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry, Scott. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say we totally need to address the shaking down the drug dealer, but first we got to address just how much he loves working at this turkey processing facility. Right?
Yeah.
Because he loves it.
Oh, he loves it.
He loves it. Because they are butchering turkeys at this place, correct? That's the whole point.
I don't know. I know they're raising. Well,
isn't that where the whole experiment is to find out if it's safe for human consumption?
Yeah.
So I assume they're eating the turkeys because do they sell turkey eggs?
No, but there are ranchers that raise livestock and sell them to places to be butchered and sold. I mean, they don't necessarily do everything in one place. We're thinking about this more than they did at this point.
That's true. Oh. But most ranchers have a pair of scientists named the Donkey and the Caveman.
I don't know. I think those guys should have a Saturday morning cartoon.
It's worth noting that the turkeys are free range, but they are pumped full of chemicals. So there's a slight bit of irony there.
Yeah. On one hand,
Foster Farms could learn a lot.
That's right.
I'd actually like to play a clip here. I'd like to bring our listeners into the experience of Herschel. Can we do that?
Yeah.
As long as there's turkey sound effects.
I know. I mean, I'd be walking around with a boner all day. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a hell of a clip.
Yeah, and I think it's important for our listeners to know that they should just keep playing this in their mind through the rest of our conversation.
I am.
Okay, so Herschel shows up bright and early the next morning, and he's ready to eat this turkey. And as we've mentioned, he's going to eat this turkey. He eats.
Oh, wait, is this the experiment?
Yes, this is the experiment.
This is the donkey and the caveman. Tell him that he eat a whole turkey. Just see what happens.
You know, I think that's his choice, Scott. I think that he's so hungry, and once he gets a taste for that turkey, he turns on. It just brings out the manimal in him.
Does he have silverware?
No.
They just give him a turkey. They're like,
no.
just check it out. Look over there. There's that dude, that knight fighting that other one. Just you check that out. Go to town on the bird.
You know what, Scott? He does have silverware, because I remember him like
he
carving
cuts the drumstick off,
like carving a section of turkey off of the top, and then we keep seeing him go and go and go.
Fuck it.
Dude's got to eat.
Yeah, dude's got to eat like a. It is amazing.
So he finishes his meal and stands up, kind of pats his belly, and starts to wander off, and then something doesn't feel right.
Dun, dun, say thank you.
And he collapses under the grass and starts convulsing and passes out. And then Donkey and the caveman find him.
Yeah, and they're like, this is what happens every Thanksgiving.
So I think we have a clip of what happens after. They take him and they just dump him off somewhere off the ranch, so he's problem solved. Out of sight, out of mind.
So why did you take him out and dump him? Don't we have enough trouble in these experiments without taking a chance on a murder charge? All we did was give this guy some turkey.
But Mr. Nolan, you didn't see him, sir. We were scared.
I don't care. He's still a man. The drug could be worn off by now. That is possible, isn't it?
Yeah, it could, Mr. Nolan. Honest, sir, I didn't think it could have any effect at all on the human.
You didn't think? You dumb bastards, how could you let something like this happen?
Now, I'm pretty sure that wasn't in the movie. That was one of the CEOs at Butterball making a recording with some of his underlings going, this is what we're going to tell them happened. After we fed all those kids those turkeys. We dumped the body.
He sounds like Hank Hill to me.
Oh, yeah.
We don't need a murder charge?
You know, this movie is full of these conflicting ideas, and I just want to take a moment to point out here that there seems to be this theme that runs through this film that's really like this good, wholesome, honest Christian feel. You know, I'm gonna give this man a job because he needs help and he thinks like I think. And then secretly, he's the same guy that sets Herschel up to go through this dangerous drug experiment.
See,
like this movie is full of that. It's constant. So I think that one of the messages here is that this is really like a secretive anti-religious movie.
It kind of feels that way to me because it feels like it's not the good of his heart. He's like picking a bum off the street. We can murder this bum. Now, wait, I got a question about the drug that he takes. Is this the same drug that he's smoking?
No.
Are we sure of that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bath salts.
No, they don't treating turkeys with bath salts.
No.
They probably
address
do,
that.
actually. It's pink slime then.
One thing that we do need to address real quick is I believe when he shows up that morning for the experiment, they give him a little questionnaire and they ask him if he uses drugs, don't they? And he admits that he was wounded in Vietnam, and he
yeah,
did get hooked for a time, but he'd kicked it. And then one of the, I think Donkey says like, "Oh yeah, well, who among us hasn't?" Like yeah, we've all tried them. And they also reveal that, much like Walter White, they also make other drugs there, and they can give him some. Particularly if he continues to experiment for them, they can hook him up with whatever he needs. Do you guys remember this?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I forgot about it until just a minute ago. So,
Cox's turn.
Is that what the 70s were all about?
Drugs, yes.
Yeah, we'll just make drugs. Let's pay people for dark services with our drugs. And
I think the last 50 years were all about.
oh,
how long is he going to make that door?
He's just starting.
Oh, so can I take the next little bit?
You bet.
So Herschel wakes up and it's nighttime now. He's confused. He doesn't know where he is, and he stumbles back to Anne's place because they've kind of shacked up together. And she wakes up. He's in the room. He's left the light off. He's kind of shoving a piece of paper at her, and he's written some messages. And he's obviously alarmed because a terrible transformation has taken place. Because of the drugs he's taken and the chemicals he took from the turkey, his head has turned into a giant papier-mâché turkey head. And he can't talk. He can gobble. That's all he can do. So he's writing notes to Anne. She wakes up and she's reading them. She doesn't see him. And then she does see him, and she's freaked out, but she's not as freaked out as I would be. And we have a kind of a long clip here where Anne
this is my favorite part of the movie.
Anne is wondering, so what does this mean for us, all this kind of stuff. And then,
Let's listen to the clip.
Yeah.
Imagine if somebody with a turkey head that you liked walked in, they have a turkey head, and your reaction. Now go.
Gosh, Herschel, you sure are ugly. Honey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean... Herschel. I got a guilty feeling that I caused all of this. And I'll stick with you. You know I love you. I got to be dreaming this whole thing, Herschel. So I guess the pretty girl in the scene should stick with the monster she created. But what would it be like if you stayed like this? If we got married, what kind of life would we have together if you stayed that way? What would the children think of their father looking like that? My God, what would the children look like? What would they think? Would they look like their father? Herschel, what are you doing? Herschel? Oh. Herschel? Herschel? Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
So I just realized...
Paints a vivid picture.
I just realized... I think I recognize that. And then I was looking online a little bit and just searching some for dialogue. That's from Brad Grinter's 101 Monologues for Struggling Actors.
Of course.
Of course. That's why it's so familiar. Yeah. It is great how quickly she comes around on her turkey-headed boyfriend.
Well, she feels a little guilty.
Guilty.
She plays a part in this.
Yeah, but it's not even like she's not even feeling bad. It's so practical.
I know.
You got a turkey head. Well, we have kids. Either gonna look like you, or like what is it? Are you gonna be able to keep your 401k, or Do turkeys have dental?
Do they need it?
Yeah, do they need dental? Because we'll need dental. So we need to be looking at that. Where will we live? Well, do we want to move to the suburbs? Oh boy, yeah. I'm pretty sure. I don't know what he was doing to her, but I can imagine, unfortunately.
Oh,
I have a whole picture.
Yeah,
I have a whole picture.
I've written a lot of fan fiction about what he was doing to her. It's online if you look for it.
Sweet, I am going to be looking for it.
Yeah, it's Check My Waddle is the website. So from here on, it gets bloody. You know?
Yep, that's a gross understatement.
Herschel has a need, and he's also a monster. So he is jonesing for dope, and he's also jonesing for blood. So he kills two birds with one stone and kills junkies, hangs them up like livestock or whatever, whatever he is, and slits their throats and drinks their blood. And what I really like is, you know, when there's like a really memorable musical motif, like in a film, and it really kind of brings it together. Like, remember in Inception, that music, when it was the slowed down music, it was like bong, bong, you know, or Star Wars, the famous, you know, the Star Wars theme that plays like whenever Darth Vader comes in.
Yeah.
And then remember when Herschel kills people and that music that plays?
Yes.
And remember the screams?
Yes.
Let's listen to Herschel's first kill of his. So he finds a couple, a guy and a lady, sitting in the cab of a truck, and the guy is shooting the girl up with heroin. And you know, I just from judging from their movements and stuff, I don't think that they really knew what they were doing. But that's cute that they tried. But Herschel comes in and grabs her and has his first kill, and I like to listen to a little bit of, you know, some powerful musical moments that are.
Oh yeah, right before he launched into that, Kyle and I did not catch that he was drinking the blood for the drugs in the blood.
Yeah.
Which makes freak have a double meaning. Holy Moses. Blowing my mind.
Yeah. So how old would the kids have to be before he showed this to them, Scott, for Thanksgiving?
5, maybe 4. 4 or 5. Especially the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. So I have an idea.
Where can we get the soundtrack?
Yeah. The next time that you have company over and you're having a party and it's fun but you're ready to go to bed, put that on a loop really, really loud.
Oh, without a doubt.
And I think you'll be in bed.
It's gonna,
in 10
yeah,
minutes
it's going to be my new ringtone. I hear it now and I'm actually going, I look at my phone. I'm like, oh, who's calling?
I couldn't even tell, is that scream even human?
No.
It sounds like a howler monkey or something.
Totally. I love that they use that same screen, though. I mean, that we're letting everyone listen to a little snippet of the total usage. I mean, the last half an hour of this movie, I think about out of the 30 minutes, probably 29 and a half minutes is that music and the scream.
Yeah.
At least it feels that way.
It
It's
feels
great.
that way.
It is pretty awesome.
I feel bad for him because when you're half turkey, half man, it's you get to keep your thumbs, which is great, but you don't have any lips, so you can't really drink the blood. You have to get under the blood, and when it rains over your paper mache beak, then you splash it back up into your beak with your hands.
Hey, waste not, want not. That's what I say.
That's true.
So then after he kills this girl and freaks her blood, an old man approaches him and he gets seen. So he chokes him out. Note, he did not drink his blood because he's not a junkie. And then his weird Pat son comes out.
Anne Ramsey, Mama Fratelli from the Goonies. I'm telling you. It is.
Okay. Owen!
Uncredited.
Owen! Your Mama from the Train, yeah. So he happens upon his father getting killed, and he takes a screwdriver and sticks it in Herschel's turkey eye.
Yeah, there was a hero for like a brief 10 seconds of the movie. There was briefly a hero.
The hero is Jesus, Scott. So then he kills that guy? I think so.
Does he kill the old? Yeah, he does.
Kills the old guy. I can't remember if he kills the guy's son that put the screwdriver in his eye, or if the guy runs away.
I think he stabs the screwdriver in his neck.
Oh, okay.
Anne Ramsey.
Its neck. Okay, so meanwhile, Kyle, tell us a little bit what's going on at with Anne and Guy.
So meanwhile, Anne is trying to make a score. And she needs some drugs because she knows that Herschel's going to need some drugs eventually. So Guy comes over to... Guy makes a few phone calls. He doesn't have anything on him, so Guy calls his guy. And his guy's this classic 70s creep with the tan leather jacket. You know the one, the slick cut, kind of pimp-like jacket. And he decides he's going to go ahead and front Guy with some drugs. So he brings those drugs over to the house where Anne and Guy are. Is it the same house? Is it Anne's place?
I can't tell.
I think it is Anne's place.
Yeah, I don't know.
So because Guy doesn't have any money, he offers for the drug dealer to sleep with Anne as sort of like an interest, sort of a down payment on this.
Well, he still owes the drug dealer from a previous thing, so the guy was not willing to sell more, but he said, look, I can turn this around real fast, and you can have this piece of ass as interest.
Yeah, but in fairness, I think that he probably thought she would be into it because, he knows that she needs the drugs for her boyfriend, who she says is a turkey.
Yeah.
And so he's like, she doesn't like him. He's a jive turkey. She'll be
things we do for love. So the creep, drug dealer / creep / rapist starts to put the moves on his gal. And
by moves, this is like moves in the sense of she's not conscious, she's asleep, and he just lets himself in the room moves. And starts like feeling her up, like he's checking a horse.
Fine move.
Yeah.
And at first she thinks that it's Herschel. And so she's kind of in her slumber, she's kind of waking up and being turned on. She's like, "Oh, Herschel, this is fantastic." And then she realizes it's not Herschel, and she starts screaming. But guess who's there to save her?
Herschel.
Go ahead. Herschel. Take a guess. Herschel.
So drug dealer bro leaves the house. He looks all sketched out because he heard the cry of the turkey. He's leaving nervously. If you watch this a second time or whatever, you'll probably notice that he's limping, and I think you'll figure out why real quick. So he has an awkward walk, almost as if he has some kind of impediment. So he walks away, looking over shoulder nervously, goes to this warehouse where there's a big table saw. Herschel's stalking him. He turns around, he's walking backwards, never once looking behind him as he's walking towards a table saw. And Herschel comes up, turns the saw on, grabs Bro, throws him on, and cuts off his leg just below the knee. Can
I just say something here?
You can say a lot right here.
Well, wouldn't it take more effort to find somebody who's missing a leg who is willing to do this stupid movie than it would be to cut a hole in a table? I'm just curious. Like, that never even occurred to him. Like, yeah, he's gonna walk, and it's gonna give it away, and he can't act, and he's, whatever.
Look, I know a guy.
It took us 4 weeks to find him.
I know a guy who came back from NAMM 4 years ago, and he's got a prosthetic leg. I bet if we bought him a new leg, he would let us cut it off.
It's gonna cost us $500,000. It'll be worth it.
Oh, guys, that reminds me. we have to take just a moment and thank our sponsor for this episode. Big shout out to Brad Ginter School of Acting for the donation this week. And so if any of you are interested, you can contact Brad through his website at brad@ginterschoolofacting.com. All right, back to you guys.
All right.
I like the way naturally these ads. I was concerned about having these ads, but they just seem to really just go in.
They do.
Yeah, you just got to do the whole Paul Harvey thing, Just it's part of the story.
And now the rest of the story.
Okay, so the junkie's dead. Also, Anne has sent out a couple of the hippie guys that she used to party with to help look for Herschel. So they're out striking up the underbrush, doing a turkey call, whatever they do, and they find Herschel out there, and they also have a machete. So I don't think they realized that he was quite as monstrous as he is, or I don't know why. Do you know why?
Go find my boyfriend. Oh, yeah, we got it. Got a machete. We're good.
The sad thing is, the tragic Shakespearean element to this is that Herschel knows he's a monster, and he has decided he doesn't want to live anymore. So when the two hippie guys approach him, he falls to his knees and he puts his hands together like, please just end it. So, you know how hippies are. First chance, if you say kill me, they're going to kill you. So
they're just waiting.
Raises the machete. Just waiting. He raises the machete up, and strikes, and we cut to a shot of a turkey having its head cut off and falling to the ground, blood spurting out.
A real turkey. This is
sorry.
They have a turkey running around in a yard, and then this comes out of nowhere, and then you just cut this thing's head off, just slice its head off, and it runs around, the body runs around, spewing blood everywhere for a good 45 minutes. It feels like, anyway.
Then we get a very sobering shot of a chicken head just on the ground. The chicken, its eyes are half closed.
Turkey.
And then... turkey, jeez. And then we have a match cut, a kind of graphic match, where we see Herschel's turkey head, and the camera pulls out, and there's a full roast turkey next to it. And we get that same background chatter noise that we got during the party scene in the beginning, and then a bunch of hands just come up and start tearing this turkey to shreds with their own hand, just grabbing big fistfuls.
Dawn of the Dead.
It's just like Dawn of the Dead. But they're all just
disturbing.
They're all just chattering.
Isn't there turkey sounds in the background too?
I'm not sure about that.
No. I'm just hallucinating them now.
For you folks that were really upset, the good news is Herschel wakes up. Guess what, guys? It was all a dope, withdrawal-induced dream. He was actually always in the lawn where they dumped him. Or maybe he was always just in the lawn. I think it was just in the lawn. They never even dumped him. I think that was all a dream, too. I think he's just in the lawn where the turkey ranch. So, what happens next?
You mix... you mix street drugs and that much tryptophan together, and then whatever was in that turkey, this is Thanksgiving coma right now times 10.
Yeah, you're right.
Right? You have the
opiates
and coma, the tryptophan coma. Yeah, boom, you're done. Surprised he made it back. I'm really surprised he made it back.
Throw some bath salts in there.
Yeah. So somehow he hooks up with Angel, and he tells her everything about his... He explains that he was hooked on dope from his wound in Vietnam or something like that, and he's hooked again. Yeah, please. Can I
jump in here for just a minute?
Yeah.
So I thought this was really interesting. So Anne calls Angel to come in and save the day again. And I thought this was fitting if she's actually the playing the angel in this really bizarre Christian play. Anne spills her guts at first I just wanted my revenge, and now I'm madly in love with him. You need to come and help me fix this problem. And Angel, of course, being an angel, she comes and she helps. She facilitates this relationship. She picks up Herschel and she brings him back to the dock because, naturally you want a tender scene. And so you want to go to a dock, like on an ocean or a big lake, when the sun is going down, and they reunite on the dock. And this is the point where Anne, Herschel sees Anne, and the chemistry happens, and Anne, spills her guts about her true love for Herschel, and that she really didn't want anything bad to happen to them. And as far as I'm concerned, that was the end.
Yeah.
Meh.
This is really a love story.
Yeah. Oh, don't forget about
between.
Doesn't the narrator have a little something to say before that little
That's right, actually, Kyle. Yeah, the part where she's waiting on the dock, that happens after our narrator kind of sums things up.
Oh, it's after? Oh, man.
Yeah, it is.
For some reason, I thought that was the very last piece.
No, but it's okay. So we get a little bit of more nonsensical philosophizing from the narrator, and let's hear that clip.
So when you eat or take into your body any chemical or drug, you take a chance on reactions that are untested, unpredictable. There are government agencies, many responsible groups, fighting the use of chemicals in the food we eat, the water we drink. And yet there are far too many of us who go right on taking the good way of life for granted, ignoring the warnings. So, let's give a little thought to making our own story have a happy ending.
You know, coughing. Matt was saying I think you think that you were like, I don't find it believable. Is that correct? Do you think it's like put in there?
I think that was intentional.
You know what? I would have agreed with you until I just thought about it, and I'm pretty sure that people are still pretty much like cigarettes are fine. When this movie was made, that would just be way too subtle of a point, or like for most people, they'd be like, "You want to say something bad about cigarettes? Fuck you."
I don't know, man.
I wrestled with this too, Scott. This was the best. If this was acting, this was the best acting in the whole movie.
Right, and that also makes me go, that was probably actually him coughing up a lung.
There was a couple of looks on his face that I have actually seen my own friends make while smoking and gagging out a little bit, and that the coughing, it was just so rich and so natural that I have to say, if it was a fake, he got me.
Yeah, and my other thing is like, I'm like, oh well, you know, why would they leave that in there? Why would they reshoot it? I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was the best take.
Well, you do hear him say, you actually hear the director say cut at the very end of it. I thought that was pretty interesting. Like, they didn't even bother to.
That must have been original.
Bother to mix it out.
It's perfect.
Yeah. So,
take 483.
Let's
just go with that one.
let's talk about the summation, the assessment. Kyle?
All right.
So I have to say that for me, this is true psychotronic genius. This is why I sit through the Mystics and Bali and the super bands. For me, this has it all. I love that it's a vanity project and that these guys they put up their own money to make this. They have a homemade soundtrack. They've got the bikers, the drugs, the loose plot, the bad acting, and the terrible special effects.
And the attempted rape.
And attempted rape. You got to have that in psychotronic. And this is all around terrible storytelling, which is why I love this movie. For me, this is cool. This is what it's all about.
Yeah, Scott.
Well, there was a lot to love in this movie. I admit it. It's growing on me, and it's grown on me. I was pretty bored the first go around. I gave it a little more looky, CE today. So what I did this afternoon is, I hate to say it, but I decided to go to the beach and have some breakfast. I'm flip-flopping, waffling. I have to give it a cool. I was a borderline trash, and now it's borderline cool. It is worth watching, especially as a Thanksgiving tradition.
Yep.
Because it's associated with a holiday. If you get a chance to watch it before you carve the bird, you should absolutely wake up the children in the middle of the night and make them watch it.
Yeah,
it's worth it.
I've been watching it every Thanksgiving. Sorry, I've been watching every Thanksgiving for the last few years, and it grows on you like a tuma, full of teeth and hair. So,
And if I could make a suggestion on that, Scott, I might suggest that you watch this movie after you've eaten.
I usually watch it after. Yep, everyone's gone into their turkey coma, and then I usually pull out a laptop or something and pull this up and kind of half doze, sip on a nurse's scotch or something like that, and just watch it.
Yeah, that's a. I might have to. It's going to ruin my other plans, but I'll talk about those later.
Okay. So I'm glad that you know, Scott was definitely on the fence for a while, falling on the other side of the fence, and I love that you landed on the right side. That's good, man. That's good. So
Matt, where?
Yeah, it's a three-fer right here. We got three cools. This is one of my favorite terrible films. For all the reasons Kyle mentioned, the incompetence, the soft focus on all the shots, the weird sound effects, the inexplicable jumps and plot points and stuff like that. This is my bread and butter. If I could have this movie introduce me to a bunch of other movies, I would subject Scott to all of them, because I wish I could find ones that are all equally this terrible. So I love this film, and it's pretty high up there in my Psychotronic top 50. So definitely a big cool for me. We also normally do an antidote, where we make an apology for making you watch a film and suggest an alternative, hopefully a free alternative that you can watch online that's a better use of your time, artistically speaking. I don't think there is anything out there that's better than this.
See, I don't know if it's a better use, but it was another use. And mine was I was going to start a new Thanksgiving tradition this year. And for those who... Well, those in the know will understand. I was going to say you should seek out Krull for Thanksgiving.
And this is the, 1983 movie? Krull?
That's the one. Yes. Liam Neeson's premiere movie about a guy with a glaive.
That's right.
He fights a demon, and he's all kicking its ass. And you don't need to know more. Oh, there's a Cyclops in it. A good Cyclops. You don't see that often.
Yeah, so somebody apparently went to a flea market and found a bronze starfish and put some knives in the ends of it and decided they should make a Star Wars fantasy ripoff. That's my assessment of this film.
And nothing screams Thanksgiving like a Star Wars fantasy ripoff.
Yeah. I've tried to watch this movie. I remember vividly when this came out. I was in Eugene with my brother and my mom, and they were going to see this film called National Lampoon's Vacation. And they said, Matt, do you want to go see Vacation? I said, are you kidding me? No, I want to watch Krull. So I went to the adjacent screening auditorium and watched Krull while they watched an American classic. So
I think you made a good choice.
I have a history of doing that. I also remember turning down seeing Poltergeist with them because I wanted to see Tron, which, while visually spectacular, was an incredibly boring film.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I was supposed to go see... Oh, what was I going to see? I want to say it was one of the last Indiana Jones or something.
Crystal Skull?
No, excuse me. I think it was The Last Crusade, which was a good movie, not a classic, but a good movie. Instead, I went and I think I saw, maybe it was Temple of Doom, and I went and saw Time Rider.
Oh, that was Temple of Doom.
But yeah,
it must have been Time Rider.
Time Rider: The Adventure of Lyle Swan. We might have to program that one, buddy. You've seen this.
You might have to. I don't want to spoil it for you.
Let's just say, you know Fred Ward, right?
Oh yeah.
Fred Ward is a movie stuntman who accidentally goes back into time. Don't want to spoil any of the cool twists, but
oh man,
he goes back to Western times and he has a motorcycle, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. This was on
Primer has nothing on this movie.
This movie was on like HBO or something when I stayed at my dad's house, like on a loop. Like they would just show it like every other movie for like days and days and days. So I've seen it so many times. This is the first place I ever saw a glow stick. Remember he had one in his saddlebag, whatever they call those things on your bike, and all the cowboy people are like, "Whoa!"
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
there's some boobies in it too.
Yeah, there is.
And that become disturbing.
Yes, don't say any more.
Confuse people.
Historical boobies?
Historical boobies confuse. They do. Hey, I got one little last thing before we cut out. This is actually from today, and I think it's important that you all get to hear this. This happened about an hour ago, and we had to take a little break. Here you go. Yes, that is a live turkey.
Where?
Just down the street from me. Someone's got a gigantic turkey.
Is it in someone's yard?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Tilly loved to bark at it. It was hilarious.
That is surreal.
I know. I got the video here. It's just hysterical. Really funny.
Wow. And you guys, I want to apologize. There's some construction. My wife's actually almost finished with the turkey coop that we've decided to build after watching this movie. She's been out there all day, and I think she's kind of wrapping that up. So I apologize for any background noise, but believe me, it's going to be worth it.
And it's going to be, you'll decide it was worth it whenever you're over at Kyle's eating turkey.
That's right.
So next episode, we'll be talking about another film from the 80s. It's an exciting adventure story about a ragtag group of heroes. It's called Eliminators. Here's a little sneak peek of what's coming up next.
In a hidden fortress concealed by impenetrable jungle dwells Dr. Abbott Reeves, a brilliant but devious scientist with the power to create. He must be eliminated. Colonel Nora Hunter has the brains to mastermind the operation. Fontana, the river rat.
What are you doing?
When he finds himself in a tight spot, someone else has to pick up the pieces. Kuji, the ninja. He has the martial skills to destroy his enemies. The Mandroid. More machine than man. His special powers will determine whether or not they survive.
We got robots, we got cavemen, we got kung fu. What is this anyway? Some kind of damn comic book?
It is the most perilous journey any one of them has undertaken. And once they reach their destination, they face the most awesome power on Earth.
You don't understand. Soon I shall rule the world.
It will take all their combined skills to defeat him. Each one is the ultimate specialist in his field. Together, they are the Eliminators.
All right, so please join us soon for Eliminators. It's on YouTube and several clips. So for That's Cool, That's Trash, I'm Matt Howell.
I'm Kyle Schaefer.
And I'm...
And you folks stay trashy. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
All right.
That's trash.
It's garbage, folks.